What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP. In today's video, I want to talk about something a little bit different than what we usually do on the channel. I mean, it is in the same context, but it is slightly different. It's in relevance to the fact that I'm starting to see differences within a lot of the cryptocurrencies. More specifically, the past couple of days, we've been figuring that some of the cryptos have been fairly trading similar, Litecoin and Bitcoin trading similar, Ethereum and XRP trading similar. But in today's video, I want to discuss on the fact that maybe we're starting to look at things a little bit differently, and we're starting to see some cryptocurrencies starting to act independently from each other. So in today's video, I want to focus on where each specific cryptocurrency are going to be heading to in regards to price, whether they are going to be experiencing more bullish runs or more bearish runs in the near future. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and remember to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way you guys can get all the latest updates, tweets, support, anything like that. It's basically a great way to get into contact with me. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So finally, after days on days on days of bear market, we have finally decided to break 14,000 subscribers. It took a long time to get here, but I am very, very, very fortunate that we did. Very odd when you start to see some other cryptocurrency channels making leaps and bounds within their subscribers when we are currently in a bear market. Sounds a little fishy to me, guys. You may want to, double check on who exactly you're watching in regards to videos. Otherwise, yesterday's video, we were discussing the potential for crypto to explode. The only one we actually saw do that yesterday was Ethereum, and I want to discuss that in depth in today's episode. We do want to also figure out whether or not we are going to be continuing this sideways trading and the sideways momentum like we're experiencing currently, or if we're actually going to see that big break like we were expecting. So just to jump into the technical analysis, you can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. Everything for the most part seems to be doing okay. More so, we're expecting a lot of consolidation. You can see the past, I'd say 3 days right now, out of 7 on the price graph, Bitcoin has literally been flatlined. Literally no volume, no movement, just trading sideways. We see the same thing within Litecoin and some of the other cryptocurrencies like EOS and Binance Coin. And the list really continues. Most of the smaller cryptocurrencies follow in Bitcoin's footsteps. A lot of the other bigger cryptos kind of act a little independently. You can see Ethereum and XRP are doing those, as well as Tether. But for the most part, the other cryptocurrencies are trading sideways, and that's what I want to discuss. So specifically to just jump into Bitcoin, or let's just start with Ethereum. So Ethereum, we discussed in yesterday's video that we were getting wedged in between what appears to be some sort of uptrend and very strong resistance at 232. We discussed that if we were going to be breaking and closing a candle above 232, we would expect to see a nice pop in the market or in the price and then close closer to 255. Reason being is we would fill this gap very quickly due to the fact that there's really not much resistance in between here. You can also see that is exactly what we're doing, and it looks absolutely amazing. Nice to see that we broke bullish off of what appears to be our very strong support. You can clearly see the uptrend right here. We fell to the bottom. These were great buying opportunities. We broke 230, so if anybody bought in when we broke above this resistance, it would have, came at a very profitable cost. So that's very awesome to see that we did decide to break up compared to what we were discussing in yesterday's video. So that is nice to see. Unfortunately, we figured that maybe some of the other cryptos would follow in its pursuit, specifically XRP, due to the fact that they still both have very similar uptrends. Unfortunately, Ethereum did not follow with XRP. They weren't in sync. It seems like for the most part, yes, Ethereum did rally upwards, and so did XRP for the most part. But it seems like XRP is starting to now act more independently than dependent and codependent with Ethereum. So it seems like for the most part right now, we are facing quite a bit of resistance at 25 cents on the market. And it seems like we're probably going to be hitting this and probably consolidating out a little bit further. Until we see some big movements within Bitcoin or Litecoin, I don't really expect to see XRP really make a big move. So if you're anticipating buying in the near future, I'd hold off just a little bit. For those of you that have me on Patreon, I have been posting quite a bit of content on there. Huge shout out to everybody supporting me. We just broke 40 patrons just a couple of days ago, and we're really honestly killing that. So if you guys were interested in either reaching out to me personally, having one-on-one conversations about your portfolio, or even discussing my trades and trends, definitely make sure to check out Patreon, because you will not find it anywhere else, not even on this YouTube channel. Also, to now discuss Ethereum and compare this with XRP. So as you guys can clearly see, Ethereum did see this massive break. There's a very good chance we'll hit 256 and then probably see some more resistance or consolidation due to the fact that you can clearly see this strong resistance line up here. Very good chance we'll probably consolidate back downwards after retesting that. XRP looks to be doing the same. There's about the same distance in between this resistance and XRP's high-low MMA, so there's a good chance we'll both probably hit this and then consolidate downwards. Moving on into Bitcoin and Litecoin. These are the cryptos that I really want to focus on right now, mainly because we are trading it on DueDEX. As you guys know, DueDEX is the platform that I use to short and buy long Bitcoin specifically. They have yet to add other cryptocurrencies. I do believe it is in the near future that they will be adding like Ethereum and some other cryptos, but until then, I am just solely trading Bitcoin on here. Highly recommend you sign up. I've been doing this and using this website probably for almost 3 or 4 months now, and we've been actually killing it. And I know a ton of you guys have been using DueDEX as well and have been killing it. There is a sign up bonus in the link down below in the description. Definitely make sure to check that out. It does help support the channel, and definitely sign up. You know, it's free to use. It doesn't cost anything, and it's a great way to get ready and prepare yourself for when it is time to invest or short the market. So it is a great opportunity to have in your toolbox. Now, in reference to where exactly we're planning on going, you can see on Bitcoin, we're kind of hitting a bit of a resistance, and I can draw that out ever so slightly. You can see where we're actually hitting that resistance, a clear resistance line right here where we've used it as a support in the past. We actually made a giant leap off that. I'm actually fairly certain we're probably not going to break through it. I don't know why I have that feeling. I mean, yeah, we do seem to have somewhat of a bullish cross happening on the MACD, but I'd be very shocked and almost stoked if we do break through here. So there's 2 alternate scenarios for you guys to prepare yourselves for your positions. Here are the 2 possibilities. You can clearly see that we do have some sort of downtrend forming that does inevitably slope all the way down to the uptrend, this white uptrend that we have here. Unfortunately, with hitting this resistance, there is a chance we would be consolidating out sideways the next couple of days. Today is the 7th, so maybe in 3 days we would be hitting this resistance right here. This comes with a price. If we indeed retest even at 93 or this resistance at 91.65, we have a couple of scenarios in play. They're going to be big and they're going to be very rapid. So you can see in the past, when we do retest this resistance up here, it tends to break. Sends us spiraling downwards every single time. Massive volume, massive wicks. The most volume we've seen in months on the channel and on the price has literally been in a negative correction to the downside. And the reason why I like DueDEX and these corrections is because we can actually short these on DueDEX, and that's why I find it so important. So my initial thought, and it might change as we get closer, is if we can break up and retest 930 or 9,280 and retest this resistance, or even retest $9,200, there's 2 options we could do. We're either going to be breaking down at a very extreme amount of volume, as we've referenced in the past, and probably fall down to retesting this bottom support, probably closer to $8,500 yet again. Or if we break through this resistance up here and we can actually consolidate back up to around 9,500, just to see that confirmation. If we can close above 9,500, and I mean break through here, break this resistance and just close the day candle above here, there's a very good chance I'll be switching long, and there's a very good chance we'll rally up even higher into the $10,000 zone. So these are both 2 options. Yet again, I am still fairly bearish. We did bottom off at a support here, which is nice, but if we hit this and we don't end up too good, there's a chance we're going to rally back down to here. If not, rally back down and get inside our high-low middle moving average. So the second I see resistance here and we start to fall, if we reattempt $9,000, I will be buying in and shorting this cryptocurrency in efforts to expect to see a break all the way down to 86, if not $8,500 very quickly. So those are my 2 positions. These are both easily obtained on here. You don't have to go in on a market order. You can literally set a limit order, set your price. We want to expect to see the market drop. So if we break through $9,500, we would be buying long. So we would literally type in $9,500, the amount we would want to trade around with. So let's say we do $2,000. I don't know why that's not changing. Hold on. All right, let's do this because that's weird. So 2,000 on here with a leverage of 10 times. We could set our position there. So we would buy long at 9,500 in anticipation for us to swing up higher. You can also set up a stop loss order if you wanted to. Obviously, take advantage of that. It doesn't cost anything. And then that would be anticipation of a break above 95, expecting to move upwards. You could also then either use another account or try to use the same DueDEX account, but probably recommended using a different account to set up a potential short. If we break $9,000, there's a very good chance we're going to drop very rapidly down to the $8,500 mark, and that same thing would be applied. So instead of buying long, we would sell short. We would set a position opened at $9,000, and if we break through there, we would sell short. You could also put a limit order, or sorry, a risk manager order, putting a stop loss at around 92.50 just to cover our asses in case we rebound upwards. So those are two options that are readily available and definitely worth the opportunity to set. I would definitely consider making those two buy-in options. Specifically, my trades are mentioned on Patreon if you wanted to check those out. And lastly, in regards to Litecoin, you can clearly see Litecoin is having quite a bit of difficulty breaking through. Yes, we kind of see a small variance above its resistance at 62, but this doesn't look anything to gloat about. So with this being said, there is still a very big chance we could be breaking downwards and expecting a fall down to $50 on Litecoin. So more specifically, harder to focus on Litecoin's charts. Specifically, Bitcoin looks better to trend and trade around with. So those are the two positions open right now. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Huge shout out to everybody for subscribing. We broke 14K. And then if you guys are new, definitely make sure to check out my Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, or for those of you who haven't yet followed me, definitely make sure to take advantage of that. Otherwise, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.